Let's talk about Star Trek The Next Generation and how it relates to the unaliving of a young girl in my state. This past Saturday, after watching The Schizoid Man, which is Season 2, Episode 5 of Star Trek The Next Generation, the majority of us agreed that this episode was actually worse than The Child, and here's why. In the episode, there's an old man that's described as being a genius, but this old man has a very visible disdain for women. In fact, at one point after he says he doesn't like people and he starts talking to Deanna Troi and tells her essentially that she's pretty, she responds, "I thought you didn't like people," and he responds back, "You're not people, you're a woman." Like, this dude is a literal piece of shit, y'all. As the episode goes on, though, we find that he's in love with a much younger woman named Kareen. Now, what makes this even ickier is that he literally raised Kareen essentially from when she was a child. And when Kareen is told that, hey, he has feelings for you, her response is, "I guess I do feel certain feelings for him too. Maybe if I were older, then we could be together." And this is how this episode of Star Trek The Next Generation relates to the unaliving of a young girl in my state. On June 14th, a 17-year-old girl named Gwendolyn Smith was unalived by her ex-bowling coach, who was a 33-year-old man. After this man unalived a 17-year-old child, he unalived himself. The local news is reporting that they don't think that they were in a relationship, which in of itself is problematic because how could a 17-year-old child be in a relationship with a 33-year-old man? It is giving predator behavior, and call it what it is. But there have been other people that are local to the area that were on the bowling team that have said that this dude was kind of creepy around the girl. And this brings me full circle back to why The Schizoid Man in Star Trek The Next Generation was so problematic this week. It was a choice in writing to have the one woman that this POS man was interested in pretty much absolve him of any of his creepiness by saying that she had feelings for him too. The episode watched like it was a fantasy from the writers themselves, to the point that we were all like, they need to check their hard drives after this episode because this is just all types of wrong. It is never okay for a grown adult to be interested in a minor, period. And yet there's plenty of media out there that will tell you that an adult and a minor can have a consenting relationship. They cannot. But the narrative is often reinforced through media, and it needs to stop. We need to start calling it out because it is literally costing people their lives. And if you disagree with me, that's okay. You just need to be on an FBI watch list.